Hello, it's me again. Most people, I think, want to have a legacy. You know, they want to leave something behind for the rest of the world to know that they existed. And that's the reason why I started doing these, videos. And it's not that it's important to you, it's important to me. So, how do you leave a legacy? I mean, what defines a legacy? It can be good and bad, you know? I mean, because a legacy doesn't necessarily mean it's all good. It's just a remembrance of some kind that people can associate to you and your existence. And basically, your legacy is whatever anybody else makes it. I mean, there are some things that we can do that change the world. There are people with legacies like that. That's a pretty high ceiling to achieve. I mean, invent something that allows you to get on a computer and make a video and upload it to YouTube for everybody to see. I mean, that's amazing technology, and to have that ability to do that, it took so many different ideas, one after another, dominoes falling, to get to this point, And very soon we will get to the next step in our evolution of technology. But it really is so necessary, I guess, for most people to want to be known, to be famous, to go viral and have their 15 minutes of fame. Hey, I mean, I wish I could be famous, but I wish I could be famous for saving the world. Giving the world something that would just change everything. Make people stop killing each other and eliminate hunger. And I mean, I have so many dreams and wishes and desires. And the legacy I want to leave behind is not the one that I'm leaving behind. The one I have is full of dreams and grandiose ideas about this or that. I mean, I have a list of inventions that probably never get made. I have thousands of ideas that I think, will make millions. But not all of them are the kind of ideas that would change the world for the better, I mean, we're all capable of having, fantasies about ridiculous stuff that doesn't have anything to do with save the world. You know, I admit that. But, you know, you try to balance it out, I guess. Me, I try to head towards the positive side of life. I try to get the most out of whatever experience I'm having. The reason you're seeing this change in color of the screen is because I got my TV on. It's kind of distracting, but hey. I wanted to just share some of my feelings about life. We go through many different situations, and we're constantly having to make a choice about this or that. We are not always able to get from point A to point B without an obstacle in our way, you know, and it really doesn't matter which path you take. In any path, the likelihood that there is not an obstacle is very slim, you know? I mean, because there's too many random choices being made around you daily by the second. You know, as I sit here, there are decisions being made around me that I have nothing to do with but could affect me. And this is true with anybody, you know? I mean, you were sitting in a tower in New York City on 9/11 looking down at your desk, on a telephone, at your computer, and the next minute you weren't. You were done. You were gone. And that finality and how quickly that all came about, it just illustrates my point about randomness, you know? That day, and any other day, really, I mean, it doesn't matter what day it was. It was the action, you know, and that is occurring all over the world every day. This action of making a choice to affect the lives of other people randomly. And this decision is made with impunity, without any regard for life and the sanctity of life. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's all about greed and vanity and gluttony. I mean, these are sins that they say are like, you know, 7 deadly sins, but it doesn't really matter what you call them. And it's the action, it's the activity of any of those things that create this world we live in. And I don't know, that's not really a legacy I want to be a part of. I mean, I'm judged daily by other people for where I am and why I'm here. Okay? I'm judged for this daily by Americans and Brazilians, both. You know, what the fuck are you doing there? You're not, you know, why? It's my path, you know, and my path was affected by other choices, by other random choices, by other people. I don't have complete control over everything that happens to me. I really don't. And neither do you. I mean, you think you do, but you don't. It's a common problem for everybody. You know, just because you make a decision that you think is going to go a certain way and it doesn't, I mean, you can't exactly go back and change it. It happened. And now it's, all you can do is make another decision, which is also affected by other people making their decisions. I mean, this is life. And sometimes we get into a situation where there's no escaping the reality of the situation. There's no escaping it. I'm not delusional about my situation, you know? Physically, emotionally, spiritually, it's all different, but it's all connected. And ultimately, I fight to stay alive every day, because it's important to me that I make every effort. You know, my wife deserves so much better than I've been able to give her. Unfortunately, it has just not been that kind of a path that it's not the path I really wanted for either of us to have to deal with, some of the things that we have to deal with. My wife works hard every day for a shitty job. I'm limited in what I can do. I'm not this, I'm not the kind of person that can make a living on the internet, or I just don't have it. But I wish that my legacy, I mean, I was there for my son when I had to be there for my son, and I stayed in a relationship with a person that I could not stand, that did shit you will not even begin to imagine, and I ended up being the bad guy because I walked away from it. Ultimately, I gave up my son because I didn't want him to have to be in the middle of it. There's no way I could be around that woman, his mom, without telling her to go fuck herself. There's just no way. I mean, the shit this woman did to me, you will never understand. But it is what it is, And the perception of other people is that I abandoned my son. And I'm talking about people that are close to me, my family basically. And they have no clue. They absolutely have no clue. But I fell in love with my wife. She got deported, and I went after her. After my mother died and my son had his bar mitzvah, that was it. I was committed to my wife. I don't regret anything that I've done, but that doesn't mean other people haven't affected this situation. All right? Let's be clear about that. Those of you that know me that I love you. And those of you that I cannot fucking stand, kiss my goddamn ass.